Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to get the Hysteria bass tone relatively good in Garageband using only built-in Garageband stuff, no extra effects pedals or anything. Please watch my cover of Hysteria just to make sure you think this tone is anywhere close. If you don't like it, then don't watch my tutorial because this is going to show you how to get that tone that I got in that video. So assuming that you think it's an okay replication of the tone, at least for our own private enjoyment in our bedrooms, let's take a look at how I got it. Okay, so here we are in GarageBand. First of all, this orange track that I've got down here is the original song, and what I've already done before this is I've taken out most or all of the frequencies between 80 and 320 hertz to try to kind of hollow the bass out of the track. It doesn't work perfectly, but it works good enough for an at-home play-along. And once you play bass over it, it sounds pretty okay. So you can hear if I play that track soloed that the bass sound is pretty crippled. So what I did to record this is I recorded to this top main bass track here, which I'll show you what's going on there. I've just got compression, a bass amp model, and some distortion. Then what I did once I was done recording is I copied it over to this other track where I have this bit crusher effect. Now the reason I did it with two tracks here is I was trying to do it all in one track, and the bit crusher effect was just like too overbearing, but I still wanted that buzzy sound in the background that's on the original track. So I just doubled the track and then put it at a lower volume. You can see I've got it at 9.8 dB as opposed to the main track, which is at negative 6.7. So let's just look at the effects here. So on the main bass track that I recorded to, I've got some compression. The threshold is at 23.5 dB. The ratio is at 16:1. The attack is at 10 milliseconds, and the gain is at 4 dB. Now, these settings aren't set in stone, obviously. These are just what I managed. I wanted just some basic compression there. Then I've got the bass amp American Deep model. I've got the pre-gain cranked up a little bit here for some fuzz. Lows are at 5, mids are at 6.5, mid-frequency in the middle at 800 hertz. And the highs are at 7, output levels negative 5 dB. And then the distortion, 25 dB on the drive, 2500 hertz on the tone, and output level is at negative 10.5. Again, these aren't all totally critical. I would say the most critical part of how I got the sound is my settings on the bit crusher. So now this is the duplicated track, which has a lot of the same stuff. Now the compression here, I set the threshold a little lower at, sorry, I moved it, 32.5, and ratio is up to 20:1. Attack is 0 milliseconds. I basically put that there to help kind of clean up the signal for the bit crusher effect so that it didn't sound so much like constant static. It sounded a little more responsive to the actual notes I was playing. So here I've got the pre-gain cranked all the way. It was at 9.9, but you can put it at 10. The lows are at 7. I found that putting the pre-gain and the lows up nice and high helped the bit crusher do more to the sound since that's lower in the chain. Mids are at 4, middle, mid-frequency, highs are at 7, output is at 22.5 dB. Now here's the really important part is this bit crusher effect. The only setting I could find that actually sounded good was to have the resolution at 8-bit and have the sample rate reduction all the way down to 1x. Anything more than that and it just started sounding like too much like a broken Nintendo game and not enough like an organic distortion sound. So then even at the bottom of the chain I've got another distortion effect with the drive at 34.5 dB. The tone is at 2600 hertz and the output level is at negative 9.5 dB. And then I've got some EQ on here. I don't even think I put this on purpose. It just kind of ended up there. So that doesn't even matter. And then I've got a little bit of reverb on this track at 10%. The other track, I think, has no reverb or anything. So let's listen a little bit. Here's what the track I recorded sounds like without the bit crusher effect. And here's what it sounds like with the two of them together, the main track and the Bit Crusher track, just from where we left off. So that's how I got it. It does sound a little bit better with the original track going too, because then there's a little bit of that original bass track complementing it. But obviously, if you're just playing on your own, this is the sound you're going to get. So that's how I did it. I know it's not perfect, but I managed to do it this well in GarageBand without having to go out and buy vintage effects pedals and stuff. Now, the one thing I didn't cover here is that there is a low octave added on the original song in the pre-verse sections. When the vocals are not happening, there's a lower octave added into the bass line with an octaver, but I didn't bother to do that here. Because it was kind of done in post. It wasn't really part of the original playing, and I don't think they do it live. But anyway, this is the sound I got, and hope that's helpful. Thank you guys for watching. If you've come up with any tweaks in GarageBand that you think make it closer to the original, please post in the comments below, and we'll all keep messing around. This is just what I came up with in the half hour that I could stand to keep moving little sliders around to try to get the tone right. You can check out my cover of Hysteria. You can check out the playing tutorial if you want to learn how to actually play the bass line. And I put out new videos every week if you want to subscribe and check out bass lessons, original music, and covers like this on a weekly basis. And lastly, if you want to support these free videos, you can check out patreon.com/JoshFossgreen to learn how, for as little as $1 a video, you can help make them a reality and get cool prizes for doing that. So please check that out. Thank you guys for watching, and go get hysterical!